Well, now I'm really happy that I've gotten the sword now because I was getting really bored and I was like, man, maybe I'll just stop this now. I was like, cause I might get lunch soon, maybe like 15 minutes, so at least one other episode until I get lunch. But I mean, Skyrim, like, you can look at this and go, wow, empty open world, but it's all like flora and fauna and stuff like that. I never understood what Nernroot was for, or why it glowed like that. I might Google it eventually. I don't know if it's like a collectible or something. But I always know the Nernroot makes that annoying noise. I might do the DLC later, like if I beat the game, play something else, then I might like go back after a while and beat the DLC. I like the Skyrim DLC. I think Dragonborn was a neat little expansion. By little, I mean pretty big, actually. It's my first real DLC that I purchased. And I think it adds a lot to the game. I can't really imagine Skyrim without the DLC. I mean, I can imagine it without the Hearthfire, or whatever it's called. Because, I mean, I never used it. Like, not once did I touch it. I bought Dragonborn. Because the Dragonborn DLC was cool. Had Mirak. But no, I think Skyrim DLC is better than most. Yeah, does a lot more damage than I probably should. I think Skyrim combat could be worse. Never checked out the armor the Jarl gave me. From what I remember, the armor is the same exact thing. Yeah. 25. 25. There's no difference between it. So I don't know why the game gives you that. If you start off with, I guess if you start off with the other guy, it might give you different armor. But I don't know. I like the Imperials in Skyrim. I think that, you know, they're just kind of trying to keep the old ways, and I don't think Ulfric should be the Emperor. I think the Stormcloaks have no reason to do what they're doing. I don't really understand it. I mean, I should probably not talk about Skyrim lore. I feel like people get bored of that. I know I'd definitely get bored if I just started watching someone who started talking about Skyrim lore. I mean, I'm not a big fan of fantasy stories. I think Skyrim's like some of the only fantasy stuff I enjoy. Because of just, it's a video game. And I enjoy video games. I'd say I'm decent at video games. I wouldn't say I'm the best. Actually, I'm very far from the best. But I wouldn't say I'm bad. I'm just not, like, pro at it. Like, there's a great deal of people that would absolutely stomp me in almost any video game. There's, like, the off games that I'm, like, really good at. But, I mean, I wouldn't say Skyrim's a game that I'm good at. I'd say Skyrim's a game that, you know, I'm decent at. Like, I can do better than some. And I'm proud to say that I'm better than some. Probably shouldn't collect soul gems because I'm not going to be enchanting anything. Never really a big armor enhancement guy in games because, I'm going to be honest, I never really understand some of the stuff. I'm really bad at technical sides of video games. I wouldn't say it's technical to do upgrades on your armor or whatever. But I never also, like, I don't know. I don't really have a reason for it then, I guess. It's just me just never doing it. Like, I would just find something else anyways. Like, replaying Skyrim. Like, I can see it. I was good at Skyrim. Like, I don't know how I could be good at Skyrim, but I just was when I was younger. Like, replaying this makes me realize, like, I remember stuff being a lot easier. That might be because I just started the game or something, but I remember stuff being a lot easier first time playing. Here's the Draugr. I remember seeing Draugrs in God of War. You know, I know that. That's the Skyrim thing. And I guess they both kind of take inspiration from Norse mythology. I think Norse mythology is cool. I have 2 cats, and they're named Loki and Thor. Although not after Norse mythology, after the Marvel characters. But I think Norse mythology is cool. I probably could have lied and said they were named after the characters, and could have lied and said they were named after Norse mythology, but I don't know a lot about Norse mythology. I just think it's cool, although I don't know anything about it. I think in current day online spaces, people aren't allowed to think things are cool without knowing everything about it. Of course, there's always going to be those people who know, like, very little about something and then act like they know everything there is to know and can tell everyone when they're wrong. That makes sense. But I don't know, I think thinking things are cool without knowing anything about it, I feel like that gets too much hate. I love thinking things are cool without knowing anything about it. Some of my favorite pastimes are thinking things are cool without knowing anything about it. Which I think more people should do. Because if you think things are cool without knowing anything about it, then, you know, I think then you'll like and appreciate a lot more things. Example, I guess, would be speedrunning. I think speedrunning is sick, but I know absolutely nothing about it. I guess that's a bad example because everyone thinks speedrunning's sick. I don't have any good examples off the top of my head. But just know the thought's there. And thinking things are cool is super fun, so try it out sometime. I've always wondered about Skyrim dungeons is who lights like these candles in the dungeons? Like who leaves them lit? 1. And 2, what's with all these branching pathways that lead to chests? How long have the chests been there? Who put them down there? What did these things look like when they were new? 'Cause like, what was the purpose of them? I guess this is like a burial site. But I mean, what was the point of like, at the end there's like the Draugr Overlord. I mean, like, I don't really understand why it was really there just for one guy, especially with like the words of power behind it. Never really understood it. But hey, thinking things are sick without understanding it, I'm a huge supporter of that. This oil on the ground is super shiny. Is that new? Or have I just not played like the original, not original Skyrim, have I not played the newer Skyrim in a hot minute? Maybe it is new with Anniversary. I don't know. It's just been a while. I remember the puzzle for this was you have to look at the golden claw. Remember that took me a bit when I was younger to figure out. So I didn't realize that there was stuff on it. I was a very stupid kid when it came to playing video games. I'm gonna quick save here just in case I embarrass myself and die. I shouldn't, but never know. Sometimes I overestimate my abilities to play video games well. But I guess I didn't need to save there. I don't know, I'm taking poison. I don't think I'm gonna get the thing where I can put poison on people. I'm not gonna do anything. Madness ore. I don't know what that is. Maybe I can make armor out of it. I don't know what madness ore is. That's the first time I'm ever seeing that. So maybe I'll Google it after I'm done. I'm gonna be really sad if none of this recorded. I think I hit record. If I didn't hit record, I'm going to be sad. But I made it out of Bleak Falls Barrow. And I think that's where I'm gonna stop recording. And I guess I'll check to see if the recording's there, because if it's not, I'm not re-recording.